it comes back to how do we create a safe and responsible conversation at work? Because people, we can't. It's not the world my father grew up in where you don't talk about those things outside of the dinner table. They're talked about now in every corner of the United States, openly, freely, and then they become debate, then they become argument, and then arguments turn into actions. And I think as employers, often what is difficult for them is how do we create a safe conversation at work, or how far do we allow the conversation at work to go? Can I control it? Should I try to control it? These are the things that employers, I think, deal with because what they want to do is make their business successful. And they realize that, the human beings in their business are, emotional, and we're divided often, and these stories are always turned back to political. I mean, if
Yes.
I even take the tragedy of the Ukraine lady on the train, and this has become a black-white
Yes.
story. It's become an international story of refugee here trying to better their lives, chasing the American dream. It's become a mental illness story. It's reverse discrimination if it would have occurred the other way. All these things are working their way into the workplace, and people have very strong opinions about it. And we've grown past the environment where we can share an opinion respectfully and accept the other person's point of view as their point of view, and it doesn't have to lead to a divide between us. And that gets me back to Charlie Kirk, because that's, in the essence, I think what made Charlie a little bit unique was, he didn't argue at, scream at, demean people. He argued positions of point, with facts and data that you either did or didn't agree with, but it wasn't never a violent, and it wasn't intended to be disrespectful, I don't believe. So for employers in the workplace, we want to create that environment. So as I'm being asked, I'm saying, look, it's important that we and workplaces understand how to have effective communications, and it upon our leaders to lead, and recognizing that our leaders don't inherently know how to do that. If they haven't been trained and taught to do that, they don't know how to do it. And I sometimes get a little disappointed in employers that don't make that investment in their leaders. It's about change management in the workplace. It's about the policies and cultures that we create, that allow people to lean on respecting each other versus we don't talk about it at all. And then it creates divide in our workplace. And we're just more divided than ever. And maybe on 9/11 is the best time for us to pause and just think about ourselves as leaders, and what are you projecting as a leader by the way that you address this or not? Because as a leader, you have an opinion. You fall somewhere on the spectrum from left to right, and you're projecting a point of view or ignoring a point of view by your actions, and those are important, very important factors that could help your workplace be more effective. And that's what we're really coming down to. So I ask all leaders today, as we reflect on 9/11 and current events, to think about what are you doing to make the people, the human beings in your workplace better understood, have better skills to deal with these types of issues, and how does your workplace allow you to address these issues, hear the issues, and move forward and stay focused on the objective at hand. And it doesn't start with we ignore it. If you're one of those leaders, I'm sorry, I just think your leadership style is ineffective if we ignore it. It has to be talked about.